ESL Challenger Rotterdam looking pretty hot to trot, but now they're going up against a different beast entirely. It's Eternal Fire, and well, in fact, the Turkish team will be starting on the CT side.
Yeah, woxic going for some peeks down top mid with the P2K. See if he can find anything with this one. Just jiggling at the angle for now. There are quite a few T's down towards Banana and Ramp. Triton leading the charge up there. XANTARES ready to receive. Has some support back towards Coffins as well. A flash being primed by Immo to set him up. As soon as that contact comes through, expect to see that fly out, but just going to be jiggling and slowly falling back towards mid.
Slow and steady might win the race in this pistol round for Nixuh. Thinking better of it. Going to reconvene, recollect their thoughts as they set their sights on B. XANTARES now is in with that first contact. Where's that flash? There it is. XANTARES just round the corner, but can't quite line them up. There goes Triton.
Yeah, nice kill. The smoke comes down to allow him to fall back as well, so they get the opener for free. Rotation starts to come down, and look at mid. woxic's already halfway down, sitting behind the wall, ready to swing out on contact. Has support up towards top mid to bait him out as well. XCloud going to be poking out for a few shots, then woxic can swing, but he has to be perfect on this. Has to hit every one of these shots, and oh my god, they're just going to walk past him. Oh, they clear at the very last second. Sonic finds XCloud, and then ADM gets the kill onto woxic. The setup was perfect, but the execution not quite there.
Yeah, and here comes the smokes. Into smokes by Paz. What is that? Really good shot immediately in towards the bomb site. 3 versus 3, but Nixuh, they can plant the bomb.
Yeah, bomb going to go down. Some Molotov as well for blackpoisoN to work with. No kit either. Immo's got the dualies instead. They're going to be moving as a pack, and there's that Molotov slowing them down further still. Waiting for that smoke to fade out towards library so that Paz can peek out. And look at this double mini pit, and then ADM in big pit. Not going to be ready for the second player tucked in. It's a great bait switch setup, and now he's going to take the contact, but they clear him. Sonic goes down, and ADM does as well. Immo with the dualies gets a double.
Yeah, Jill Beretta's coming into the meta more and more now. These close range angles, you can just spam away, rain down all of the bullets onto your opponents. And you're right, I mean, the double setup looked to be pretty good, but these players just revealed themselves one by one, shooting out the Glocks. Eternal Fire could just connect up where those players resided and just eliminated them, swung on them as a unit and converted the pistol.
Good start for Eternal Fire. Almost falls apart when they reveal this position of woxic tucked in. Nice shots from Paz as well. Also, happy to see someone else backing the Nixuh boys. Alan on the desk. He's supporting the South Africans. I'd love to see it.
Is that your pick for the series as well?
I put them on my prediction card to take the whole event, Brandon.
Oh, all right.
Shout out to South Africa.
Let's see it. It's a nice storyline, right? It's really good to see that they are getting the representation here because we don't see them too often. However, into this round, you've got Molotovs raining down Banana. This is going to be a familiar dance we're going to see exchanged. Immo swinging in with the Famous, but XANTARES just to spray them down with all 3.
Oh my god. One goes down through the smoke as well. XANTARES already here to play. Lovely multi-kill to kick things off. That bomb's even difficult to retrieve, particularly when woxic is once again in mid. Gets both of them as well. The 2 stars of Eternal Fire firing on all cylinders this morning.
It's going to be a little bit difficult for Nixuh. I mean, we're talking about the domestic success and the fact that there's not really too much opportunity to play against these higher caliber European teams. The fact that they're already struggling with woxic pushing down, adding another element of aggression in towards middle was a little bit worrying and concerning. We're going to see if that is a continued trend for Eternal Fire going forward.
Yeah, the big question for me for Eternal Fire is those T-sides, because that map yesterday on Earth Pass was not impressive at all. They look good on the CT side. You heard the interview from XCloud was talking a bit about how they felt that they could even bring back that comeback if it was a 14-1 scoreline, right? So, you know, they have some confidence there, but the T side was a little lackluster.
Yeah, it gets a little bit interesting for Eternal Fire because, I mean, woxic even said it himself after that game. He was like, okay, guys, look, that wasn't how we wanted to start off our journey here in Rotterdam. We made some crucial mistakes, but look, it's all teething issues, right? You got to think that this roster, we keep talking about it, was changed only so recently. We are talking over this one because it's just the Deagles and, well, Nixuh, they're really struggling to even find a kill. It's just Sonic left, but he gets removed by XANTARES immediately. It's a flawless start already on that CT side for Eternal Fire. But this is the South Africans map pick.
To be fair, Brandon, we do talk over every round. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guns come out for the South Africans. Some AKs on the board. We get to see why they are picked into this map. Vertigo looming as well, so that second map's a pretty scary sight. So for Nixuh, we mentioned on the death side, this is such an important map win if they do want to take the series, because Vertigo is going to be an absolute struggle against Eternal Fire, a team that is prolific on that map.
Yeah, this is the best shot. XANTARES already off to a hot streak now, being boosted up towards the half full. Banana not quite being contested yet. Nixuh set their sights over towards top brackets instead.
All right, woxic posting in with the AWP. blackpoisoN has avoided him so far. They've got this double setup with the M4 able to take the contact should woxic miss his shot. So blackpoisoN decides to continue pushing into apartments. Could be walking into this setup. At the moment has avoided it, but I feel like he's making his way there. In fact, he's going to get the kill onto Paz. The shot was missed, but doesn't matter. Fantastic opening, and now woxic, he feels uncomfortable.
A little bit difficult. You have got 3 defenders here, though, in towards the A bomb site. But Nixuh, they just want to reset. They're trying to regroup up towards B, potentially. There's still pressure here. There's so much time left on the clock. They don't have to walk into this stack.
Just going silent for a moment, keeping the CTs guessing. XANTARES starts to rotate as well. This is exactly what Nixuh are trying to play with. Get those rotations moving so that they can only have to fight 2 players on the peak. XCloud definitely finds some contact here, and that's going to keep XANTARES interested. The peak from woxic, not ready for the second player, but it doesn't matter. XANTARES is here. ADM does find XCloud though, that has enabled the bomb to make its way to the side.
Yeah, Afterplant's got to be pretty good here. You've got 1 player rotating in from top middle already. In fact, Emor's going to work his way all through the apartments. He's going to be creeping and crawling his way through the halls. XANTARES yet to die, currently immortal on the server. Good Afterplant's established, especially with blackpoisoN in towards the graveyard position.
It's all on Emor here. He has to find the way into this because XANTARES does not have much to work with. AWP, low HP, and well, with Emor going down, XANTARES might just want to hold on to this unless he's given a kill immediately, and there it is! Oh my god! XANTARES, what is that?
Oh my goodness me, the fact they just line up as well, that's so unfortunate for Nixuh. The fact that they find the space, they play with the rotations. XANTARES, he's moved away out towards long. They take the space back and it's snatched right away from them at the most unfortunate circumstance.
A collateral through graveyard. Sends them both into the cemetery. Oh my god. What an opener. XANTARES, his double up as well early on. 4 kills in the round, but look at this. blackpoisoN jiggles out to try and bait the shot, and it's to his teammate's demise.
That's heartbreaking because that round was perfectly played. Nixuh even found the opening towards apartments on Paz. They played with the rotate, but it's just not enough. You can't stop XANTARES. Look at the utility. blackpoisoN tried to 19 HP already.
Barrage and Banana, and well, here comes the flashbang to set up XANTARES some more. Even gonna, oh, actually, no, XANTARES, no, we're gonna drop that smoke. All right. Look, he did a really great round before. We'll let that one pass.
Fire is indeed hot, but the flames burn bright inside these Eternal Fire players. Their spirit rejuvenated after these roster changes. They're looking to stamp down their authority. Paz has even rotated over towards this B bomb site, and that is currently where Nixuh are heading. This flashbang, oh, it's going to be everything, even being set up. Paz with the defensive utility walking around, but can he? That's a good start, but there Paz finishes off XANTARES' job.
Yeah, second bite. We do go around with that flashbang, and this time with success, although Paz brought low and XANTARES is low as well, so there's still an opportunity for Nixuh to work this one, taking their way back towards the A bomb site. There's 2 full HP players here. woxic with the AWP. They caught him off last time out towards long when he was moving about, so he has to be a little bit careful here. Decides to fall back to his elevated position, and a nice opener there. The second not presented though. Triton with a lovely headshot. Young gun for South Africa. We've been talking about him a lot on the desk, and well, that was his opportunity. Sonic gets one in XCloud. This is still doable. Look at the HP of both these remaining players.
Oh, even just picks up the smoke as well. Can plant for library, but really, this Afterplant could go anywhere. Slight gap in that smoke. Needs to be a little bit careful. Oh, he's even playing inside it. This is brilliant, XANTARES. But be careful because Sonic will strike 1 versus 1. And Paz, he's really low. Sonic, he's pushing forward. He wants to take the fight and he'll get it. Nixuh take the first round on the board.
There we go. That'll get you fired up with the South Africans in Twitch chat cheering for your team. Let's go, Sonic. Lovely 1v2. That early damage done over towards Banana set him up for success there. And fantastic entries once again. woxic only good for the 1 out towards library. An amazing entry onto that side as well. I think it was a 1v3 at the end, actually.
Yeah, it's just really nice work. The fact that he's playing a little bit confident, he's taking the fight to Eternal Fire, proactive after planting the bomb. It's not something they expect, and Paz is just caught off guard. woxic now reinvesting with the AWP, peeks him down towards middle, can't see a thing.
Here's Sonic with his AWP. Not a player that historically we saw on the AWP a great deal, but on this roster has been picking it up quite a bit. Good to have your most experienced player with the big green.
Even more spam. I feel like as well that the decision to have him on the AWP means he can just lock off these angles and also just free up these young guns of Nixuh and just make them shine, place them in the positions they want to be in. It frees up the opportunity for space and it allows them to springboard to success. Perfect showcase here for this side. However, into round number 6, Eternal Fire, once again, they've got full control of this banana position.
Yes, XANTARES is not going to be conceding control there anytime soon. woxic, he's out here with the AWP. Sonic looking like he's about to peek into it. Goes for a dry one. Well, that's easy for woxic. Doesn't have to budge a muscle. Just that left click, easy kill. He can just stay here on the angle as well. Maybe another opportunity for a kill. Hey, ADM's picked up the AWP.
Ooh, double smoke. A little bit nervy on the side of Nixuh. A couple of players have been brought down low. Look at the utility for Eternal Fire. Only 2 flashbangs. I'll tell you what, this South African team, they've been doing a good job at taking the space out here, but 3 defenders on the bomb site, it's a difficult nut to crack.
You know, usually for them either. This crossfire is fantastic. Paz just doubles up there, woxic here as well. No chance. 3 players holding the exact same angle. You are never getting through that choke point. Yeah, no, especially with the limited utility. Just try and contact in, take the fights. It's very difficult because the trade spacing, it's impenetrable for Eternal Fire. Just really nice crossfires. Good reaction again. Take top middle, fall back, rely in their anchoring positions, and when they're doing this round on round, it's very difficult for Nixuh to find a way in. No bump plans. Not a lot of success into that round. So once again, we see the Deagles come out. woxic with a bit of a confidence peak, a confidence kill. Looking good on the server. It was a little quiet yesterday on Overpass, but again, that was a majority T-side map that we saw when they did flounder. So I'm excited to see him get warmed up in the server, particularly here on Inferno on the CT side. Opportunity missed there, but Paz is here to support. That's another player I think we do want to see start to really put up those numbers as well, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting roster switch as well because woxic was saying that this makes Paz feel a lot more comfortable in some of the roles he's now picking up. And the fact he's already started so hot, but we know what Triton can do on this Deagle. Saw flashes of it yesterday against Mao's. Paz being flashed back into the angle, the utility holding Nixuh at bay.
Imor going to spot some players out, falling back with that FAMAS. He's the only one over towards B, so if they do find this opener, there's potentially a bomb plant that could come through. Rotation starts to make its way over. That's most going to block woxic's vision, so Imor has to come up big here. Nice initial kill. Flashback to support another peek. And woxic has supported through the smoke, gets a kill. ADM with a very nice kill. That's going to enable this bomb to at least make its way through. But oh, look at the flank. This is about to get shut down in a moment. ADM, the only one remaining, has picked up a FAMAS, but doesn't even want to switch to it. Trying to hit some 1-digs here. 30 seconds left. 3 players looking at every single angle for him. And there's woxic to close it out.
Yeah, very difficult one there. Nixuh, it looks like they overwhelmed the bomb site, but the fact you've got a P2000 kill coming through the smoke and the pace on that retake, the pace on the flank from Paz, it's just too much. Cannot even place the C4 and punch in those digits.
Punch him in. Well, Eternal Fire, they are punching right now. 6-1, fantastic start. woxic getting warmed up in the server. It is a bit of a different caliber of opponent for Nixuh to be taking on. Obviously, Mao's is a bit of a trial by fire. Probably one of the top teams in this competition alongside ENCE. I think those are the 2 names that we really are looking at as playoffs contenders. Imor, okay, that's an opener. Trey comes back there, and he needs to get out of there. That's going to support him at the very least. It's even early on. But yeah, this feels like their best opportunity against Eternal Fire.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look, Vertigo's waiting on the horizon for that second map. Eternal Fire, we know just their pedigree on that map. They're so assertive on it. A very strong, formidable force to be reckoned with. So yeah, you're completely correct. Especially when you take a look at Inferno, it's more of a 50-50 in terms of the sides. I feel like it could really go anywhere. So for Nixuh starting on this TU side, it shouldn't really be a detriment, but the fact they started off a little bit slower here, it's not a question of that they're playing poorly because they've been finding their opportunity in towards these bomb sites, but when you're going up against peaks like that, for example, it's very difficult to kind of claw your way back into a round like this. However, 3 versus 2, they've got the bomb on their back. There's 45 seconds. If they do elect to head towards B, they've got to deal with XANTARES, but woxic does not miss those.
Yeah, you got to deal with the XANTARES or woxic. It's not a nice choice to have to contend with, but Canny's found an opener. Isn't getting ready for a second player inside. It's actually able to avoid the peak for now. Has to get back and collect that bomb, and that's where Immor strikes. So no chance in the 1v3, but a nice attempt taking down woxic.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at the kind of level. I mean, we've already talked about Eternal Fire and the teams that they've beaten on Inferno. You got the likes of Liquid at Pro League as well. And every time they played Inferno on their qualifier journey to ESL Challenger Rotterdam, they won out. They beat Sprout, they beat Fours, all teams that were attending the RMR. Sprout's even got a legend spot in that road to Rio. So it's a very different and challenging matchup for Nixuh, but I've been impressed with what we've seen so far, right? They're doing good fundamentals. They're taking the map control away from Eternal Fire. It's just these constant re-aggressions coming back in, and they're just catching off these players time and time again.
Yeah, I think that's the element of what Sonic brings into the squad, right? That sort of experience playing at the top level of Counter-Strike for many years, and the fact that we're seeing that in the server, some of those fundamentals, the way they're playing the defaults, taking the map control, playing with the rotations on some of these rounds, it's what you would expect from a top-tier team, and that's clearly come from that influence.
Another peek in. woxic not afraid, along with the rest of Eternal Fire, just to kind of take this contact. We saw the second mid. Peeks in from Immor as well into the previous. Now holding for one of his own. woxic about to be tested. Utility. Going to try and flush him back. Tried to throw a grenade the other way, but it doesn't quite hit the mark.
woxic sending out some utility. Senji going to be going towards the ramp. Nade thrown through as well. Neither of these really connecting. Sonic looking to try and aggress. Not going to happen. Banana control's also been completely established for Eternal Fire. Immor, he is down deep.
Yeah, very difficult, because he can now just push the issue at any time. This is why the Triton just has to try and lock this in, try and hold the line. Don't want to get caught off by Eternal Fire pushing the issue. That smoke as well. blackpoisoN, good control on apartments. woxic, look at this tight line. He even spots him out. That's a great opener.
Oh, doesn't get away though. They're very quick on the swing, pushing that smoke and punishing immediately. That's a big kill to find. Paz trying to reposition out long. That flashback does not connect on everybody. And even if it didn't matter. Canning with the spray deals with him. xCloud now on the site, the only player remaining in pit. Rotations are going to come through fast, so they have to find him. They have to take him down. But he is going fighting. Triton is removed, but they have the player advantage as the bomb goes onto the site.
Yeah, they do. Again, it's another one of these pinches. Look at how far advanced Immor is already, creeping his way forward up towards the hay bales. It gets a little bit tricky, but these crossfires, they're pretty good. Afterplant already established in for Nixuh.
It's difficult. Sonic holding a really difficult angle to clear there, and then Canny in towards pit can catch the walk up. Picked up this M4, he's ready to swing. He's being held for though, but the jiggle baits out the shots. Now the rest of the team can activate. There's Canny dealing with XANTARES. Immor the only one left, and it's a double up from Canny. What a round from Nixuh.
Yeah, really well played as well. They're not over peaking. They're waiting for Eternal Fire to walk into them. The pressure is on Eternal Fire to defuse, especially with the man disadvantage. No utility as well. It just makes it well more uncomfortable.
And I love the way that round started. woxic gets the opener, and there's that immediate response. They have the players ready to push out and punish. I might even think they were trying to bait that shot. The way that blackpoisoN peeked into the woxic's position there, that was intentional so that the rest of the team could then swing out, find woxic, and then they accelerate off that, catch Eternal Fire completely off guard.
Found a few timers intervals long as well. This wrap has been Eternal Fire's undoing and has enabled these rounds to come on the board for Nixuh. Let's see if it's a consistent force for the remainder of this half. Currently, though, there is establishment of control in towards Banana this time, because look at the economy. Look at what that's done to Eternal Fire. We're saying about the score differential, but these rounds have been quite close, and it's a telling story when they've just got the pistols equipped.
Yeah, it feels like a good opportunity for consecutive rounds for Nixuh. Much needed. Flash through, not going to commit, but here's that 5-7. woxic able to get one, but the trade is immediate. It's a bit of a confidence play to go pushing through smokes with flashbangs. They do pay with Sonic's life. They do get some control. Rotation comes over from XANTARES as well. And I like this from Nixuh. They're not overcommitting off it, not wanting to walk into a stack. They get this early control, throw some utility, see what they can find.
It's that long smoke being put down as a wrap, so they could walk into XANTARES and his MP9 up close. It could be a dangerous ingredient. He has peeked in, but Canny will remove him. That's the perfect kill, because now they've got the option to split in towards B. That's exactly what they're going to do. So now the pressure's on Emor.
Well, they know XANTARES is the B player, right? So now they know there can only be one here at the most. Making their way through CT spawn. Emor, he's still holding for Banana, but now he should be alert to this route coming through. Drops the smoke and falls back to try and catch any player up pushing CT. XCloud has found blackpoisoN with the USP. Meanwhile, Emor, he's dropped the bomb, but the trade comes through immediately. There's still a chance for Eternal Fire here. That bomb, it can go down. There's enough time, and the rotations will take a little bit.
Paz has got armor behind this AK. XCloud, he's got to come in for support because Paz is quite quick up Banana again. Canny brought down low. No utility. So it's going to have to be this crossfire. It's very strong. Difficult to try and break here for Eternal Fire. So they need to group up. They need to go together.
Both coming from these angles. They know it has to be these two positions. They're the only places these teams can be. Canny, he's looking for this peak. Hasn't heard anything yet. That clock is ticking. It's running out of time. Triton's the only one standing. Good opening kill. Looking for the spray, and he converts it. Lovely double from Triton. Is going to get 2 consecutive now for Nixuh.
Oh, he cleared and killed Paz first as well. So that's the armored player immediately dealt with. And then the aim punch, it just doesn't help out XCloud. Really nice hold there from Triton. Gets a little bit scary. We see the USPs coming in the kill feed, but Nixuh, they do survive, and that is consecutive rounds.
I also got quite worried for Nixuh when they started to push out towards long. It was Canny by himself taking that duel on to XANTARES. He had no trade support there, so if he'd lost that, that could have been the round. So that's a small thing. He does come out ahead, and they do manage to convert. Nixuh fighting. woxic, bit of an off angle here, waiting for the walk up. ADM is right there, jiggles the angle though. woxic has to fall back, and Canny deals with him. Paz tries to swing out as well, but can't quite convert the kill. Both these players brought low, but still standing. A player on side, that nade misses the mark, but he's boosted up and found one. Canny immediately responds, and well, that might just be it.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for this to your Eternal Fire. XCloud tries his best. Really good initial to drop the utility, get the first up and over, but you don't need to stay and fight that. You just need to wait for these rotations to come in. You need the support from your teammates. Even if you fall in the bomb site, the fact that XANTARES could have been library at that moment could have been the difference maker. Instead, they just need to recover the rifles and save. Their economy, it just really doesn't sustain this retake.
All right, Nixuh, this is what we wanted to see. Some great fights towards top mid. They've identified that as potentially a weak point for Eternal Fire. They're coming out on top of woxic more often than not now.
That's just the case as well of the point where Nixuh just keep it simple. They know Eternal Fire are quite willing to take these gunfights individually. That time it's a complete punish. But the difference you've got in the round from previous is that they're all there grouping up together. No kills fall the way of Eternal Fire because there's too many bodies. Target selection a little bit difficult on the way in.
One thing that has been going well for Eternal Fire is Banana Control is not being contested. They're getting that every single round. The fact that Nixuh is still able to convert these rounds despite losing such a critical part of the map is quite impressive, to be honest with you.
Certainly have it in this one. There's no utility really behind Eternal Fire. So Banana is free real estate for Nixuh. Look at this stack. Boosted up XANTARES with the rifle. Emor, well, he's all the way over on B. So they have split the resources for Eternal Fire. Lay the trap with the pistols.
He's just throwing a bit of utility. There's a couple of smokes here, so he can just delay this as long as possible and try and push them into that stack over towards A, but it doesn't matter. What a peak. ADM. Straight to the dome of Emor. No opportunity. woxic is going to rotate over, but he's the only one. 5-7. Smoked off.
Oh, that's worst case scenario for Emor. His entire job was just to keep delaying, force Nixuh to go back up towards top middle, straight into the stack for Eternal Fire. It has to be another save.
5 got on the board now for Nixuh. I mean, this could have been 6-6. We think back to that XANTARES moment where he got the collateral that was nobody's business to achieve. Now blackpoisoN can deal with a couple on the lurk, although probably wants to not hand over the AK. Don't let them make this expensive.
He's okay.
Yeah. Although, maybe not. woxic definitely does want to go for the fight. It would actually be big if they could fire woxic, and they are going to. So that's a rifle that can't be recovered. That's going to keep that economy honest, which is definitely starting to count as we've seen these last few rounds.
Yeah, can invest into this one if you are Eternal Fire, but you got to be a little bit worried, considering how dominant the start of this game looked. I'm just really impressed with the way that Nixuh are approaching these rounds. They're throwing a little bit of pace in towards top middle to keep Eternal Fire interested. And you're right, the presence on Banana is really limited, but I like the presence of mind that they know Eternal Fire in this one aren't going to be investing with too much, which means that the incendiaries, the grenades, they're not going to be there, so they can try and take the space and just contact their way in. It completely catches Emor off guard, and that's a free bomb site.
Tactical coming through from Eternal Fire. Don't want to bleed too many more of these rounds. Nixuh can win the half on the T side. That sets them into a fantastic position. The conversation I love to have. I'm so excited to see this fight from them. It was such a difficult matchup yesterday against Mouse. Eternal Fire, this is a good opportunity for Nixuh to be able to punish a roster that's gone through these changes recently, that's been in a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit shaky as well, right? Especially we start to see it on overpass against Movi. That T side looks a little bit flat. They can't afford to have the same performance on that T side as they did on overpass. woxic, I want to see him getting a little bit more involved in the fight. You can see he's being a little bit proactive, going for these aggressive peaks. He's 5-1 in opening duels right now.
Yeah, he has been enjoying the fight towards mid, but a few punishing rounds from Nixuh now have him feeling a little bit more nervous. You can see instead of holding close mid, he's sitting all the way back towards library, playing these more passive lines. Oh, not passive here, and towards Banana. Emor deals a Triton, tries to go for a flash play there, and is punished immediately. As that's Molotov and woxic, and Emor's found another. Banana control firmly established with a double.
Oh, there we go. ADM not going to try and spam back through and punish. No, this is better from Eternal Fire. They're putting presence on towards the other extremity. They're not forcing the issue too much on top brackets because that's where they've been losing the fights. Instead, look at this setup. It's tight and compact. Very difficult for Nixuh to try and break down if they do elect to head on in. However, you take a look at this. ADM, he's forced Emor all the way back. It's going to call XANTARES over in support, but that bomb is committing up towards top mid.
Yeah, playing with the rotations, but you don't have a lot of T players yourself to work with. Even though you've caused this rotation over, that Molotov is painful for blackpoisoN. But here's an opener. ADM has found XANTARES. Emor is still here. They should be aware of this, and they've lost blackpoisoN. They have to flush out Emor. He can still shut everything down here in towards quad, and ADM with another. This is still doable. The bomb can be planted as the rotations come through. One
flash, one smoke. That's all Eternal Fire have to work with, but they've got the man advantage. Look at ADM, though. He's pushing in towards Ruins. He can shut this all down. Good tap. Can he follow it up with another? Paz on the trade. There comes that flashbang. Fully blind. Paz will trade. 2 versus 1. Can he? He's in an off angle towards second oranges. Can catch out the first. It feels like one and done. Holds the spray, but not quite enough. XFloud will lock it in. Recovering Rookie back into this starting roster. He gets the fuse on the board for Eternal Fire.
Ooh, I thought there was an opportunity there for Canny, but can he do it? Doesn't quite convert the 2K. And a great retake. It was the 2 versus 3. The opportunity looked like it was there with ADM finding that kill out towards Ruins, but that flashbang was perfect to set up for the refrag. And blackpoisoN also going down in mid on that lurk. That was a bit unfortunate. That was the 3v5, and they almost pulled it off.
That's now consecutive rounds in a row where Nixuh have caught off Emor on this B bomb site, and he's gone down with actually not finding any kills. You can forgive him a bit because he did do the work earlier in the round to put Eternal Fire in that 3 versus 5 situation. But it's something to consider going forward, heading to the last 2 rounds of play. Deep grenade doesn't actually do any damage.
And look, they want to punish immediately. Hearing that nade being thrown, blackpoisoN accelerating out from Boiler. Considering going too long as well, they're flushing out all these positions, but the rotations are so fast. XANTARES is already over. He's ready to fight. They're waiting for the flash to come through, and they both want to swing off it. There's the flash. woxic. He's smoked off now, though, so that means XANTARES is the only one fighting here. A good flash forces him back, and woxic's being spammed as well. Almost goes down through the smoke. Still standing, though. So is XANTARES. They can't get past him yet.
He's being very out in the open. Defensive smoke put down, forcing the utility away our Nixuh. So they still got good control in towards top brackets. If they reset here again, it's just on Emor, and he's got no utility to hold them back at bay on Banana.
Yeah, Nixuh have fallen back now off this initial contact. They can re-aggress Banana. Good flashbang. See immediately the swivel on XANTARES on the minimap. He is accelerating back towards B to support. Nixuh aren't committing yet. Doing a good job playing with these rotations. XANTARES is now getting quite committed with this position. See Triton's ready to set up a smoke, but Paz, he starts to fall back. The contact is coming through. woxic's low as well. There's a chance here.
Good team play, smokes off the pit. woxic, he's in the bomb site as well. Paz being baited in perfectly. X-Floud, good for one in towards the pit. Now Paz can just do it all. Really good lineup. And here comes woxic, but blackpoisoN has found the first. Can he convert onto Paz? Yes. Low HP, but he can still do this 1 versus 2.
Yeah, bomb going to be planted here. Immor XANTARES are just charging him down. The shots come through, but they had to be perfect. One by one, Nixuh fall as they make their way to the A bomb site. This time around, the retake comes through in great time, and he can't do too much.
A couple of kills, though. It gets you believing. It starts to inspire the South Africans. But blackpoisoN just can't do enough despite his experience. But I'll tell you what, considering that situation, the fact that he even gets the bomb down from that position, they break Eternal Fire's defense again. These are really good signs on this first half.
Yeah, there was a few bits of nervousness, I think, on display in that particular round. They were just sort of taking these fights one by one. They weren't doing great trade spacing as they made their way into the site. See Paz was just tucked in, just holding this line and just spraying them down as they walked into him. Last round of the half, though. 6 on the board would be a great position for Nixuh. XANTARES definitely aware of blackpoisoN here, but it doesn't matter. The AK comes out ahead. Now he can reposition as they got the opener quite early into this round.
Yeah, Canny can have a little bit of a gander over towards the apartments, upgrade himself, get a rifle in play. Apartments control now being taken by Sonic. Paz has to use that smoke. Could have been a detriment, but not quite. Good for the first. Trying to line them up, but Triton does have his number. woxic looking to step in towards short. Going to be tested from the apartments as well.
The rotations are coming here so fast. Immor is in front of the smoke. woxic on the side's doing the work, though, and Immor gets another. He's brought low, but Canny, he's the only one left trying to collect all these kills, but he can't quite do it.
Shaky showing from Eternal Fire, but they still managed to take 10 with them in that first half. We're going to see if they can close out this map just after this quick break.
Well, if you wanted excitement on your Saturday morning, you have come to the right place. Nixuh and Eternal Fire battling it out on Inferno.
A little bit of a game plan here for Eternal Fire in the pistol. A couple of smokes and a Molotov. And they're stampeding their way up towards Banana immediately. XANTARES leading the charge with a P250.
Yeah, just one defender over towards the B side as well. ADM is the man of the moment a few times on that T side, but he has to come up big here if they do decide to chase him down. It's a stack over towards A that is not going to be walked into at this stage. No contact quite yet. ADM definitely about to become cognizant to this. Utility coming through, starts to back off, doesn't want to take this fight.
Yeah, he's got no defensive utilities put down of his own. Eternal Fire is about to storm their way through. About to find it clear. But that's where this retake is on. But look, Eternal Fire and XANTARES, they're holding this. He can hear everything. They need to clear the corner. Nixuh, he's being proactive. blackpoisoN still hits the shot. XANTARES now waiting in the wings. Good flashbang, though, forces him back.
A lot of info, though. They know all these players are coming from this position. XANTARES falling back as well, so they can set up for a crossfire. In fact, going to be boosting him up onto Orange's. Nice shot. Immor gets one as well. All falling apart now as they make their way through. Look at this crossfire they have to get past. Immor just taking the shots. Paz here as well. Everything falling apart. Sonic cannot do a thing.
Really nice reaction on the pistol for Eternal Fire. As soon as they plant the bomb down and the contact comes in at Banana from XANTARES, they take CT. They've got deep lines to try and fight in. It's this layered crossfire that Nixuh, it's so difficult for them to re-establish control.
Well, they took a gamble going for the stack towards A. It does not work out. The retake starts to look good, but the fact that they're funneling so many players in one direction makes it all too easy for Eternal Fire to set up the crossfire. This one's just going to be an eco. Another stack coming into play. Oh, we're going to see the classic matchmaking stack here. It's a bit of an Astralis stack. Everyone hops on top of each other. Bit of a pyramid.
Love to see it. Got to be careful not to walk into this one. Immor not even going to catch a glimpse of it. So Eternal Fire, they're just sounding this one out. They're being patient. They don't want to walk and trip over their own shoelaces on the way into a bomb site, which there is potential to do so. But as they group their forces up towards top middle, it feels less and less likely as the round develops.
Yeah, looking like they're going to avoid the great pyramids of Nixuh. Pyramid. It's not very pointy. I guess it's more of a ziggurat.
I don't even know what that word means.
Ah, yeah, wow. Now you would look it up. It's a similar structure, Brandon, but more square, I think. Anyway, I think they bury their dead in them. And well, Nixuh, they decide they don't want to be buried at the top of the Banana. They're going to start to make their way down as a pack. 5 USPs. Sneaking their way down. These lovely shots if you get to see them aerial. But oh, here goes XANTARES. See if he can get a few lovely kills here with the Galil. Trying to farm up. XANTARES here to support as well. And well, they are quickly dispatched of.
Yeah, I mean, like, just having a little bit of a jolly old stroll down towards Banana. Like a pack of Springbok, you know? The classic animal of South Africa.
Okay, yeah, Springbok. Nice one.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, look, it's USPs. It's always difficult to try and recover that situation, especially when you've got no control over towards A. It's back-to-back rounds. We've seen the stacks in from Nixuh, and back-to-back rounds that haven't quite paid off.
Well, let's see what these Springboks can do going into the CT round with these rifles. 4 M4s. 5 maps against a similar buy on the other side. 3 Galils in play for Eternal Fire. There's head armor on the majority of these CTs.
Difficulty you have is the fact that when you prioritize these M4s, you don't really have the incendiaries or the HEs to really deal with that Banana threat. Eternal Fire, though, not really interested. They're going to fight in towards top middle, and that is where this aggressive just potency of Nixuh has started to be established. Look at Sonic. This is quite an aggressive angle.
Yeah, they've got 2 players here to support, and then they've got the third that can also swing through on blackpoisoN should the contact come through. A flash not going to reveal anything, so Sonic drops the smoke. Look at the apartments. Making their way through, getting ready for this flash. XANTARES about to set up his teammates for success. blackpoisoN has a good line here as they make their way out. That flashbang is perfect, though. He's fully white, cannot clear them, and now they've taken pick control. Trying to fall back to fight these angles, and he gets one onto Paz. Sonic's rotated over as well. Fantastic kill onto Immor. XANTARES still here, though. He finds blackpoisoN and a second onto Sonic. XANTARES, he's trying to open this one up just by himself, but Canny doesn't want to allow it. XCloud now is his opportunity, and woxic chimes in for 1, but now he has to find 2 more as he's left alone.
does have a good idea where both of them are. One on the bomb site, one in towards Library. woxic just holding for this. Has to be careful for the cross. Oh, he's made it over, but Triton's tucked in with the FAMAS. Nice hold from Nixuh. It looked to be a bit more of a simple play for Eternal Fire. Changed up the pace a little bit when the guns and the investment comes in for this CT side, but they don't account for short. There's two players there, and Eternal Fire, they don't contest it.
Yeah, and that's exactly kind of the intention of this setup. It's a lot more advanced, and it catches you off if you go for either of these plays. If you push out towards mid, you've got the third player in blackpoisoN that can swing through. If you go out through apps, yes, you can make your way through to Pip, but then how do you cross to the side? And we saw exactly what happens. It's such an awkward fight dealing with that player who can hide behind the hay barrels there.
Tricky. And look what it's left Eternal Fire with. Just the pistols. Have invested Kevlar behind this, a single MAC-10 on XANTARES. We did get a couple of good openers.
Same
he went
setup.
out the balcony. Yeah, you're right, exactly the same.
See if it works out this time. Nice flashback from blackpoisoN being thrown out for the peak, and there's Sonic with one, Canny with another. Immor trying to get the trades coming through, but not enough bullets here for Sonic. That's going to label an M4 to be picked up. The bomb is out in the lows, and blackpoisoN gets one. XANTARES, the only one remaining.
Yeah, he's not what you want in this 1 versus 3 because he's got the ability to set you down. I like this, though, getting aggressive as soon as they hear the bomb plant come in. Grouping up as a unit, even if it is a fake, they can quickly trade out.
2 times in a row, that setup works out perfectly. That one was just against a couple of upgraded pistols, though, so now they have to prove they can do it against the rifles once more.
That's 2 times as well that they've flashed over towards top brackets and towards middle, just to kind of peek in for information. First time it didn't work out, Eternal Fire were tucked in towards the corners. This time it nets them the success.
Sonic with the AWP out as well. woxic doesn't have his hands on one of those yet because these rounds have been a bit scrappy, haven't really been able to fight much in the last couple.
Here we go, now with the utility. Drop down in towards Banana, allows a little bit of wiggle room for Eternal Fire. Perfect flashbang. Paz, supported by XFlower's utility, nets them the opener, and now Triton's under pressure in the sandbag.
He's getting pushed off here, tries to fall back, and he is able to escape. Nice nade in response as well, brings Immor and XANTARES low, and Canny, well, he's doing work over towards long, but traded immediately. Eternal Fire, great trade spacing here to enable that, and look at the pressure Sonic's under now. Looking towards Pit with the AWP. He is the only defender on this side of the map, and look, there are 4 Eternal Fire players making their way towards him. This had to be an absolute highlight moment. This is the shot, drops the smoke to play around, trying to peek with the one-way, gets one. But that is the only way he's going to go. XANTARES immediately trades him out, and it leaves Triton and ADM into a retake.
To even go for this. Very difficult, you got no utility. There is a kit on Triton. I don't know, it feels a little bit difficult, so I don't find a kill. If one isn't presented in the next couple of seconds, I would not be surprised to try and save.
Yeah, ADM trying to catch something on the smoke fade, but it's not going to be there. XCloud with the AWP can hand that one over to woxic as well, so it's a good pickup for them, an upgrade for free. Going to get Eternal Fire up to 13. And, I mean, that started with that fantastic flashbang right in towards apartments. Immediately gets that opener. Punishes blackpoisoN trying to fight that aggressive fight in towards the stairs. And then those fights towards top mid, again, it's just even trading every single time. Eternal Fire coming out ahead and leaving Sonic all alone.
Yeah, it's a nice mid-round call as well from Immor. They get 2 kills over towards A. They see that 2 sets of grenades are being set up towards Banana. You got a player taking initial aggression, then you got the utility falling in behind with the grenade. It's just all these little clues that get pieced together by Eternal Fire, which enables this perfect mid-round. The change of pace over towards A, isolating the AWPer. Rotations just aren't quick enough.
They have invested around these saved weapons. Got an MP9, some deagles. Not ideal. There's something to work with. woxic with that AWP. Oh my god!
That's nice.
Alright, that's even nicer.
That's perfect. That's those little tunnel grenades that were set up originally by Young NIP. They're really nice setup being thrown in. And even with a boost on top of it, completely counters the next player that's trying to step in and support. XFloud, his position's not been accounted for. He could worm his way through. No one's checking, but ADM on a swivel will find him. Perfect response from Nixuh.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for XCloud. He spotted 2 different heads there as he made his way through. That's the head being spotted, and Immor removes it. Now they can start to aggress up. There's still an opportunity here. Only one player on the site. That's blackpoisoN. The smoke's actually going to give him cover to work with. He can just sit in here. Potentially catch a player off guard. Paz is starting to clear. Definitely has his eye on this position, but looks away at the last second. blackpoisoN strikes, and it leaves Immor alone, and Canny is there with the deagle.
What a perfect play to bring out for Nixuh. The fact that they get aggressive immediately, and they do it safely. They boost up and over the smoke off the back of the utility. Nets them 2 opening kills, and when they've invested that much behind the save rifles, they needed to find impact, and that was the absolute perfect time to pull out that strat.
Yeah, and what players to find as well, right? XANTARES and woxic, that's exactly who you want to be punishing early to set you up for the advantage. Still gets a little scary at the end. You almost think there's a possibility when they find that pit player, but blackpoisoN plays it perfectly. Now Eternal Fire are the ones working with Janky Bai. Mac 10 and Tech 9, only aforementioned superstars of this squad. A chance to be reset for both sides.
But Kevlar as well, behind the rest of Eternal Fire, so even if the rifles drop, they can pick them up without too much issue. Line up utility potentially for this top brackets take. There is a crossfire here.
Smokes come through. Sonic getting ready to swing, so is Canny. Nice Molotov. Canny playing around it. Sonic's found one as well. The bomb dropped out in the open. He's run out of bullets. Just trying to stay alive here as they're trying to swing on him, and he does get found by XCloud. The rotations come over though, and Sonic is still standing in the smoke, trying to spray through, and another one through the smoke. Sonic does not have to see them like a bat. Supersonic spots them through the smoke. XANTARES lead goes down as well. Fantastic round.
Echo location.
That's
really nice stuff. In towards top middle for Nixuh. And again, that's another example of Molotovs being used to help and bail out. That was really cool. The fact that it lines up perfectly. The closer you are to a Molotov, the more vision you get comparatively to Eternal Fire, who just cannot see that player under Balk in the flames. Really nice work, and Sonic just does the rest.
Yeah, you can see the virtue of the M4 there, spamming through the smoke. No traces revealed. Sets him up for a few nice kills. And a chance here for double digits for Nixuh. It's an eco for Eternal Fire. This one hasn't lit a fire itself in the bellies of South Africa. I don't know what will.
The pride of the nation is in the hands of Nixuh. And boy, I can guarantee that everyone is smiling back in South Africa because they've got a really good opportunity to close the gap further. Double digits should be a formality. But you never know with the P250s. The Glocks could overwhelm, especially if it goes for this apartments pop. No utility to get them in, though. Yeah,
look at the rotation, though. Another 4th player brought over. This is going to be so tough. blackpoisoN ready. Candy's boosted up on the box on site. Going to walk straight into the meat grinder. Taking their time, though. Looking to see if anyone's going to give up a kill. P250 leading the charge. Here they come. Firing a few shots, they start to accelerate. He's going to take first contact here, has the player out live as well, and Sonic to support. And as they jump out, we'll hear those AKs. And yep, just like I said, the meat grinder is entered by Eternal Fire, and all they find is 1 kill.
This is a concern for Eternal Fire, because even if they do close out this game, they start to make it work. They get 3 rounds on this T side. It's exactly the same issues we were seeing yesterday against Movistar. The T sides just look really flat, look a little bit one-dimensional, don't really have a clear game plan coming into some of these rounds. And the fact that they're just fighting just map control, especially in top brackets, just walking into these setups, it's really concerning.
Nixuh don't opt to get the AWP back out again. They did lose 1 player, so there was the opportunity to pick it up.
Look at this change of pace now. Running down Banana. There's 3 players that have started here, and with the utility, they've got all the control.
Yeah, look, they've thrown the deep smoke now as well. Completely blocked Eternal Fire out of this position.
And again, look at the rotates. They're going to put 4 on this bomb site, and that's exactly where Eternal Fire are heading.
It's the perfect read. Making their way up through apartments, just going to go for a pop play. It's going to be deadly. Once again, this crossfire, 3 players here to receive. A 4th not far away. Oh, look at the setup as well. Playing inside boxes, Sonic. Here they come. blackpoisoN. Box 1 dropping, and he finds that first. XR does deal with ADM, but blackpoisoN is doing everything here. A triple kill for blackpoisoN. XANTARES gets 1 in response, but now it's a 2 versus 3 and make it a 1v3. woxic, the only one remaining in short. All his teammates falling behind him, and now he falls as well.
Absolutely perfect. Just get the control. You know that Banana is completely empty. You can leave 1 player there with smokes. doing what Immor was tasked with on the Eternal Fire defense. The fact that they're just sitting back, can just deploy these smokes, keep Eternal Fire at bay, allows for this extra rotation to come in, even if the players fall, which they don't. It's a really nice hold. Multi-kill coming in from the anchor players. What more can you ask for? This CT resurgence is incredibly prolific.
Yeah, I feel like on the CT side, when you got a new IGL, you've kind of already got your sort of defaults that you play, the same sort of setups, you know your positions. It's not too much of a change up, but the T side calling, that's where the change in IGL can really show.
4 rounds in a row for the South Africans. Tech 9s on the board for Eternal Fire. Oh dear. This could get even closer. Nixuh could bring it to within 1 in round number 26.
Good counting. Fast blind Immor, leading the charge, trying fully blinded. He's able to swing out, doesn't matter actually. Oh my god, Immor doubles up with this, still a third player on the site. Sonic is still here, and the rotation from Caddy has come through.
He's got a flash, he can throw this. Here it comes, Sonic swings out, doesn't spot, but doesn't get spotted. Bam, not quite enough. XANTARES with another opener. Caddy now trying to step in, does deal with Immor. Molotov gets extinguished, can step in, willing to fight, trying to keep them back, but Paz will nail him.
Oh, the collected AK punishes us all now onto blackpoisoN. This one falling apart. The fast play, Tech 9 rush B, working out for Eternal Fire. blackpoisoN, poison in his veins, finds one under Paz, looking for the second, converts it, but there's X-Cloud in towards Banana, saves the day.
So many T's to deal with, so many positions to clear, but a really nice attempt. And it's just the pistols, it's just the faster contact play that gets it done. Keeping it simple, sometimes the most effective option, and Immor leading from the front. Canny tries his best. He gets the rotations over, and blackpoisoN is just not enough.
Sonic needed to get one. That was the difference there. The flashbang was maybe a little bit too early. They just weren't aware of how deep they were, and given the acceleration, they felt like they could have been close. It was a great idea, but unfortunately for Sonic, no kill presented itself, and then he just got overwhelmed. But I like this from Sonic. Peeking around the smoke, finds Immor. That was the man that prized open the round prior for Eternal Fire, and he is silenced immediately.
Oh, good grenade. woxic brought down to under half. X-Cloud going on his expedition. Have seen this a few times already from this young man, but now needs to find the impact, now needs to creep over, even deliver. But there is spam on the other end of things. Eternal Fire, they've got top brackets already.
It's a bit scary for Triton as well. All the smoke, X-Cloud. He's sitting in front of it. Gone quite deep. Now Triton starts to make his way forward, and XANTARES, he's trying to gap as well. X-Cloud's going to swing out. Triton gets the kill immediately, and XANTARES cannot get one in response. There is a teammate wrapping through long, but ADM is holding this. Oh, Paz, that's an opener. You see immediately the players on the site nervous about where this could be coming from. blackpoisoN, great response though. 2-player advantage. Both these Ts, well, they're moving all the way back into sport. They could potentially wrap if they wanted to.
Just trying to do the damage. That's a great shot from Triton. 1 versus 4 on woxic. What can he really do? Only option is to really just try and wrap in. He doesn't know where Sonic is. Going to try and contact his way back in. Triton holding the line. Nixuh once again prevail.
Good response from Nixuh after that prior round. That's the one that can really sort of shatter the confidence when you get rushed down by the Tech 9s, but they immediately respond with an aggressive play in towards Banana. Sonic gets the peak, finds that opener, and they establish that deep control, allows them to have this fantastic setup over towards A, where there's just so many players.
Yeah, so once again, this information on Banana. The 1 round they didn't have it, Eternal Fire punished, but that's because they aggressively took them away. Sonic now being run boosted over, holding down this mid position, can't spot a thing. Eternal Fire once again on these Tech 9s, but we have seen them convert around like this before.
Yeah, that was good pace. This one a little bit more subdued so far. Establishing control in towards the apartments. woxic having a bit of a nosy around. Checking out the interiors. He's the one with the AK. A bit of control towards top mid, peeking through, not spotting anybody.
There was a little bit of a gap out towards long, but Sonic is now taken up position with the AWP. Boost up. Oh no, they dismantled it. That would have been the right idea, but there's still 2 defenders here to contest this Banana aggression being thrown down by Eternal Fire.
Because this passive setup over towards A, it's going to take a moment for the rotations, but Sonic is starting to rotate quickly, actually. Here comes the utility. He's going to be a little bit late. All out onto ADM and try and spam that first one. The bomb shot down in the open. ADM doubles up, finds two there. XANTARES gets the response, but there's that flashbang. Sonic sets his teammate up for success, and XANTARES has to pull off the impossible. Would have to be the ace. Clutch has two in the round already. Gets the bomb plant down, and there's two coming from Banana. He wants to face them. He wants to fight them. Gets that first one, and the second. XANTARES denied by Sonic.
Oh, it's the danger man, but Sonic rises to the occasion. That time, that flashbang was perfect. The B anchors do their job. 3 kills on the way in, allows that retake to even be possible. But what a nice attempt from XANTARES.
Oh, you believed it. When he gets those 2 on Banana, it feels inevitable. But Sonic is there with the AWP, shuts it down before it can take place. Some of these rounds down to the wire, Brandon.
Oh, bomb plant though. Gives a little bit more money over to Eternal Fire, which means they've got something to work with potentially going forward. But we are in the closing stages of this game now. Every round is a lot more significant, and potentially, well, the South Africans, they could take their map pick.
Unbelievable. Look at that double up from ADM. That is huge. I mean, XANTARES tries his darn hardest.
There's 4 of them.
4 of them. Unbelievable. That double up. Almost the chance on the Sonic as well. That's a quick scope. There's a world where that misses, and there's a world where XANTARES pulls off in one of the most incredible plays so far at Rotterdam.
Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Drink it in, because we're going to have a little bit of a breather before we resume our regularly scheduled programming. Let's set the scene. One of these teams will leave their Rotterdam journey behind after this series. Is it going to be Eternal Fire, or is it going to be Nixuh progressing forward to try and compete and make it through to playoffs tomorrow?
Getting into the tail end of this one. Full buy from both, and look at this aggression from Nixuh, pushing down middle. I love the change up. Kenny wants to fight, playing around the Molotov. Oh, he's going to catch Immor's back turned. Oh, misses the shots, but the Silence M4 still enables a second chance. And look, he's fighting more. He's flicking out, looking for the kills. Can't quite find them, but dinks XANTARES.
Look at this push again in towards apartment. There's Triton here as well. There's so many players far advanced. Paz, it could be their undoing.
Yeah, they just want to try and get out of this, so you can see they've already taken control back in towards Banana, and Paz gets thinked as well. Fantastic shot. blackpoisoN trying to aggress to punish this kill, and he might actually catch this timing here. In fact, he will. Paz thought he'd done enough with the Molotov, forced him off, but no. blackpoisoN was in front. Flash to set up Banana control. Triton just going to fall back, has an incendiary he can deploy. With a player advantage and XANTARES limping, this is a good position for Nixuh.
The desire, the will to win the game for Nixuh on the line. Again, these B defenders have to hold strong, have to hold the line, because that's where these smokes are about to land.
Here comes the utility, all 3 players. ADM and Triton have to come up big here. Triton going to be flushed out by that Molotov, just going to stand and fight. He's good for it. XCloud goes down, repositioning onto the fountain, and then XANTARES is creeping forward, but look at this passive setup. The rotations have come through as well, and there's the swing out. ADM and Triton double up and equalize the scoreline. 14-14.
Just being peppered on the way in there. Eternal Fire, there's no avenue in towards that bomb site. Again, these players step up. They're doing the damage, being supported late by Sonic and his rotation through CT. And that change up of pace was just perfect to find that opener.
Unbelievable. They just decided, you know what? With everything on the line, conceding map point if they lose that round, let's push it. Let's push the issue, catch them completely off guard, and it is fantastic.
Tell you what, Eternal Fire, they're all in. Kind of have to be at this point. If they lose this, they will not have too much cash to work with going forward. They got the loss bonus, sure, but that's about it. Aggressive flashbang. Triton gets caught off guard. One thing we've not quite seen yet for Nixuh, is just these re-aggressions coming back in. They take the control initially, then they just fall back and rely on their setups. To be fair to them, it's working, but that means Eternal Fire can just keep their ground in towards Banana.
Banana is exactly where Eternal Fire are looking at the moment. All five of the teams making their way up. ADM, the sole defender, has an incendiary. That's all he has to slow things down. He's going to have to deploy it now. If they don't respect this, those rotations are going to be slow, and exactly that. They put the smoke down. They're just going to push on through. ADM trying to reposition here, try and catch out the player pushing through. Sonic firing through the smoke, but not going to connect.
No flash on Sonic either. ADM with the spam trying to line it up. Not quite. Just apart from at the end, Eternal Fire, they've got that bomb site. It's a difficult retake. Only 2 flashbangs here.
Can throw a couple of bodies at this. There's still one more round to play. They have enough to invest into this. All these players in towards pool, 2 of them. ADM peering, looking for the opening. This is such a deadly crossfire. So many players to deal with. ADM has found a bit of ground, trying to push out here. XANTARES holding for him. And Exile's holding for Banana as well, but Kenny comes out with the kill. That's going to keep the rest of them nervous, but there's woxic as XANTARES. blackpoisoN gets 1, but now Sonic is all that remains. They don't want to let him survive this one, trying to peek into this AWP, but he is finding at least 1 before Paz gets the trade.
Yeah, nicely done for Eternal Fire. They just exec back in towards B. This time it works. It's heavily not reinforced enough. 4 players over towards A for Nixuh, and it's just not enough with ADM and the single incendiary. I thought that kill on Banana was going to be the most important one in the round. That's why woxic steps back in, makes sure that that trade comes through, because that double pull setup could have all been completely unhinged.
Not to be. Yeah, grab that bomb, need that one. It's still not a great buy for Eternal Fire, all things considered. That damage done did mean that Immor's now got the Mach 10, but it's, well, just as bad on the other side. MP9, FAMAS. Sonic going for an aggressive setup here. The spam through might bait them into a false sense of security that someone couldn't be this far progressed, but X-File's not taking any chances.
Smoke being put down deep towards Banana means that they can just try and establish a boost potentially in towards the sandbags, couple of setups, but look at this push, it's still in apartments. They're holding strong. They're relying on Eternal Fire to walk in.
There's 3 players posted up in the apartments on the CT side. Cunny's momentarily checking in mid just to see if anyone's flanked through. Banana, look at this setup. Playing anti-flash. A single Molotov could be their undoing. Triton, though, elevated here. Has a good opportunity. Bit of damage on the XANTARES. Doesn't finish the job. And now they're both tucked in here. ADM's repositioned. Triton's still standing, though, and he's found another and a third as well. Triton. Actually, ADM got one of those in the mix, but Triton, he's still fighting, still trying to take them down. Brings X-Cloud low, and this rotation's come through from Sonic. Trying to accelerate, and he goes for the hero peak. Removes X-Cloud and puts it all now onto Paz.
Oh, does deal with the spray on towards the boost, but that's still a player that has boosted him up in towards CT. Player close half full. Paz, surely not expecting blackpoisoN's position. Needs to try and deal with him. 25 seconds, considering it, but blackpoisoN lines him up, knocks him down. We're going to overtime.
Exactly what you want to see between these 2 teams, fighting tooth and nail to stay here at Rotterdam. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll be jumping into this overtime.
Vibe check for Eternal Fire. Playing on vibes, is it quite working out? Not quite, because Nixuh have forced overtime in there. Map pick of Inferno.
South African CS, baby. Let's see if they can keep up the momentum on this CT side. I say they need 2-3 would be fantastic. It's been the tale of CT sides for both these squads, both putting up 10 in regulation.
This nade could be quite damaging. Eternal Fire looking to try and take contact immediately. XANTARES thought about it, but in fact it's his own incendiary to force him back. Good one deployed by Nixuh in response. So much utility being delegated to Banana.
Yeah, Triton, he's limping a little bit after that one. Gonna have to fall back from a more passive line, but not passive is Sonic, who starts to scout out towards top mid with the AWP. Drops a smoke upon not spotting anything, and look at these rotations. Canny starts to make his way over towards B. A bit of a read on this one. Sonic holding in towards top mids. They do have the contact if anyone does walk out, and they can afford to put 3 players here.
Boost up. Going to be established again. Here comes the utility. Eternal Fire prioritizing that B bomb site, but Canny full blind through the smoke. Will find the opener. ADM steps in with that trade on towards Paz.
Look where the bomb's dropped. So hard to recollect, but no, just going to jump through it and find it. Canny trying to deny this bomb site with a nice spam. Does a lot of damage on the XANTARES. He's thinking better of this one. And XANTARES, well, he has dealt with ADM. The damage done though. XANTARES and XANTARES both limping, and Canny is still fighting. He's been fantastic in this game. Brings XANTARES low again, and that's XANTARES dealt with. woxic, he's in towards Banana, and he is holding strong with the AWP.
Oh, good molly. XANTARES lucky. Trying to just survive in towards pool. Sonic now scoped up on the cross. woxic has to be the linchpin. Has to find his opening. 10 seconds. Yeah,
they're going to have to plant this one. XANTARES, he's going for it now. Got to find the position. 10 seconds. It's going to go down. Being held for, though, so he cannot escape anywhere. Being held in by blackpoisoN as well. He's slowly pushing up, but woxic is holding this with the AWP. They have a good position here. That's the smoke going to come through. That's going to block him off, but what a peek for XANTARES. All now on to Sonic. 1 versus 2. Knows where at least one of these players are, but XANTARES, of course it's him.
Oh my goodness me, XANTARES. The fact that he goes aggressive immediately after he sees the smoke being thrown, that's just his experience. What a round and what a recovery. It was 7 HP on that man, and he still manages to find a multi.
Oh, it looked like Canny had done enough there, forcing XANTARES off the plant, punishing the player in towards quad, but in the end, XANTARES, well, what can you do when he peeks on you like that?
Interesting response. Look at this. Double AWP this time from Nixuh. Looking to contest a bit more. ADM going for the peek down Banana. Is he going to be rewarded? Not quite, but it's good damage.
Yeah, leg will do. That's one of these AWPs fired off. You might not be ready for the second one over towards mid, and he's peeking for more. Has to be careful because woxic is holding this, and there it is. woxic punishes the peek from ADM. Now Triton has to fall back. He's the sole defender. Utility being thrown back. Nice incendiary, though. That'll slow things down further.
That's an experience for Eternal Fire. For Nixuh, you don't need to force these issues, Sonic. Is he going to catch him off? No! woxic gets rid of both snipers.
Yeah, stepping up in overtime where it matters most, and there's XANTARES once again. To not give him an angle, he will take it. blackpoisoN spotting all these players, but Paz is there on the flank. This one falling apart. Not much Triton can do. He has made his way over, but a 1v5 for the young gun?
Yeah, no. Out of the realms of possibility. But that's what we're talking about, right? The fact that ADM does good damage on towards xCloud, but then goes re-aggressing in, up and over towards the half wall. It's just too proactive. They're just trying to force the issue so much after being that round down. And this is the first round in what feels like forever. We've seen Eternal Fire actually prioritize this A bomb site. Triton doing his best to hold on. Good damage. Even gets legged through the wall. woxic now needs to try and prioritize removing that gun from the equation, and Emor steps in and will strike.
And with the overtime money as it is, that's got to limit their finances. There was an opportunity he could have maybe grabbed that AWP. That was toward top Banana, but it's not going to be the case. Which means that double AWP setup from the round prior, that's going to cost them.
Really good work by woxic. Gets rid of both snipers. That's a heavy investment, as you just mentioned, especially with Triton falling here. I mean, it's not too bad. They got the rifles, they got a FAMAS. It's all right, they can work with that.
Yeah, a little bit lighter in kill, but it's actually not affecting them too badly. They're just going to be fighting him. Or standing in the flames, he burns and is shot with bullets by ADM. No response possible on xCloud. He's even licked as well.
We've seen this round before. Nixuh start 3 at top B, then they rotate 2 players back. However, it's a little bit slower. It's allowed Eternal Fire to get up long.
Rotations are coming through, though. Both Sonic and ADM are making their way over to make sure no split can happen, to make sure Long is covered. Sonic making his way out towards Library, and ADM is holding his cross. Nice flashbang, but doesn't matter. XANTARES is hitting everything. ADM makes him hit the floor, though. And he can just hold here as well. No more players can cross. XCloud wanted to activate off that, but there's no opportunity.
They're going back. They're going back straight towards B, straight in towards Triton. He's got the FAMAS, no utility, just jump spotting. As soon as he sees anything, he's going to call for support.
Yeah, ADM, he's going to actually fall back now towards CT, not spotting anything with Canny taking control in towards apartments. They know that B is the answer, and here we go. They start to accelerate up. Time on the clock. They got smokes and a fair bit of utility, actually. Paz can throw this one down as a flash to set himself up. ADM peeking, though, almost brings down XCloud. Triton has to fall back, though, with that smoke coming through. Yeah, just best to play for retake here. You've got the numbers advantage, and you've got the health as well. Unconfirmed damage. In fact, ADM eliminates the bomb planter of XCloud. That low HP really coming back to bite him, and Paz, even he's getting peppered, does not feel comfortable planting. And that's where woxic steps in to try and build some of that comfort. But the flank's coming through from Banana. Canny, he's looking to shut this one down. woxic just about gets away until he's hounded by Canny. Really nice job by Nixuh. The fact that they're in that advantage situation, and this time they play and they respect. They concede the bomb site and then they reinforce it with all of their players at once. It works out a lot better this time around, so they will take one round over to that attacking side. Yeah, it feels like it's not enough. CT's side has been really where both these teams have found their success. 2 felt like the minimum, but I'm not going to write them off. Been backing these boys the whole way. This is their best opportunity to do it. They've been showing what they're made of here in Inferno, and still an opportunity to do so further. Both teams hit double digits on the defense. 5 rounds with the spoils on their respective attacks on towards the bomb sites. How are they going to play this one out? A lot more of a slow, passive round. Deep nades dropped in. Puts Triton on notice. He's brought down low. He's been hit by nades on both sides of the server. It feels like he's a bit of a magnet for them over towards Banana. So he's going to fall back. Doesn't want to take another one to the noggin. They did spot that run boost from woxic. That's why they were so passive. They didn't want to peek into him. Now they can start to establish control. We saw them push these smokes a few times, and actually woxic's been mollied off. He almost pushed Banana, though. Deep control being established. That allows that rotation. That bomb needs to start making its way over. blackpoisoN in towards the apartments, trying to support his team. Nixuh, good control towards top brackets. That's what we saw in regulation. It's the exact same setup that was done on the other side by Nixuh in the round prior, and that worked out for them. Paz, it's going to fall off the angle, though. Gets the contact. XANTARES is ready to peek. They're all sitting here, and he's thinking about swinging out, and it spots both players, lines them up. Another collateral for XANTARES. woxic finds ADM, and this one is crumbling. Triton, the only one left, and well, not looking like he can do too much. Yeah, feels a little bit difficult. Peppered by the grenades early. Good find on towards XCloud, but can he offer up anything more? 29 seconds. Needs to try and breach the bomb site. Feels difficult, especially with woxic in towards pit. Position known, throws the smoke, 20 seconds left. Look at the CTs. They are everywhere, chasing him down. They don't want him to hold on to this AK. Yeah, Emor's even flanking. Up elevated for XANTARES, and he will lock that one in. Map point has now been found for Eternal Fire. They did find map point in regulation, and Nixuh were able to force it to overtime. Can they force it to overtime too, Brandon? It's going to be difficult, but they have continuously been able to get the success in towards top brackets. If they just add a little bit of control in towards top Banana, keep the players anchored of Eternal Fire over towards that position, then throw in this execute. I feel like that's all the ingredients there for a perfect success. Gotta get past XANTARES though. He's out here on 33 kills. Just 19 deaths. Not a bad KD. 3 players over towards Banana early for Eternal Fire to establish that control, as they have been wont to do. And they've got this double setup here. This got punished by blackpoisoN in a round, oh, feels like forever ago now. Still a slower approach. Here comes that top brackets control, uncontested by Eternal Fire. Got that apartments approach. We've also got Paz in up towards long. blackpoisoN now having a little bit of a route around. XCloud can't quite convert the spray, and woxic put on notice. He does it again. blackpoisoN always ready for that peek. Now woxic feels uncomfortable, brought down low, falls back. It's all on Paz who's come over to support. And he's brought down low as well. Nobody falling, but there's woxic with the AWP. Fighting this fine line, the flames just licking him, and he's standing and delivering, still fighting. But XANTARES and Paz have both fallen. woxic, they're not dealing with him, but they don't have to.
What a round. Nixuh just add a little bit of pace immediately off the back, find that kill towards apartments. That setup broken once again. Emor now has to step up to the plate. Now has to try and survive, but he can't even get past Sonic. Nixuh, they bring it to within 1 round of going double OT.
Let's go. Critical round, another opportunity to do it. One more on this T side to force that double OT.
It's an interesting stance. This time the prioritization for Eternal Fire is over towards apartments. And that catch over towards long is everything.
That was blackpoisoN again.
They can't rotate over. That's incredible impact.
He finds the opening in apartments and then rotates all the way out to long to deal with XANTARES. The veteran coming up big. woxic holding this line is punished. The angle slightly favoring the player on the other side. He falls back. It's the AWP. Oh my god, somehow dodging these bullets. Jumps up. It goes straight between his legs.
Nutmeg. Now control being established for Banana by Eternal Fire. A lot better, but here comes that retake utility. Keeps Emor on notice, but that rotation just made its way through because Caddy's found Paz through the smoke.
Oh, what an opener. Tries to survive the flames by dropping the smoke, but it doesn't matter. Caddy punishes. XCloud repositioning, though, in the exact same position. Could catch them off completely off guard, but Canny, he's found the gap. XANTARES repositioning, getting nervous now. woxic on the side though. Triton's dealt with XClouds, but he's still standing. Still has his AWP, and he can hit these shots under pressure, particularly with XANTARES by his side. woxic, he's still fighting. All now onto Sonic. 1 versus 3. Knows where these players are, but it doesn't matter. woxic closes it out, and it's going to be Eternal Fire taking Inferno.
Fine margins, but it sets us up nicely for the remainder of this series. Eternal Fire will close out, but it does take them the distance. Overtime a requirement, but now they head into familiar territory. It's Vertigo. It's the usual stomping ground for Eternal Fire. But I tell you what, we're already impressed with what Nixuh has been showing us.
What a performance from the South Africans, taking